Well, I think the early element of it is just that it's only 25 games in, 26 games in to the season for some of these teams, and that isn't enough time for them to like really evaluate what they have on their roster and what they still need. And so I think just in general, if this was a normal year, that's why you probably wouldn't see a bunch of trades go down. Maybe one or two would happen before the deadline, but then most of them happening the week of and up to the day of the trade deadline. But now you introduce these apron rules and you look at all these teams that are either going to be hard capped at the first apron because they've used half or more of the mid-level exception, which the Bulls did. Mm-hmm. Not that they're going into the aprons in the first place. You have teams that are like the Bulls, just not going into the tax. You think of the Pelicans or some of those other smaller market teams. And then you have teams that are in the second apron that even if they want to spend as much as they possibly can, they can't take back more money than they send out in a trade. That's true for first apron teams too. So not only can, like, let's say the Bucks, for example, are like, all right, we're done with this Chris Middleton thing. His ankles are toast. Like, we need to bring in a guy that's more effective. Toast. We want to trade him for Zach LaVine. Well, guess what? Chris Middleton's making about $13 million less than Zach LaVine on an annual basis. So in order to do that, you need to attach $13 million of salary. Let's say, I don't think this is completely accurate, but let's say Bobby Portis plus Chris Middleton added up to Zach LaVine's salary. Okay. Right? Well, the Bucks are in the second apron. They can't do a 2-for-1. So it just becomes very difficult with these rules to make any of these trades possible, especially ones that you're sending so much salary out. And so as well as Zach's playing, and I think he is playing some of the best basketball that I've seen from him.
Without a doubt.
Just the fact that he's making so much money just makes that inherently tough to move. And so I think it's going to be hard for the Bulls to figure that out. I'm not saying it's impossible, but I do think if it does happen, it's not going to be until later, and maybe some injuries pop up, or maybe some teams really feel like they have a window, or don't want to get left behind by some of these other teams. I think it will take some kind of extenuating circumstances for teams to really get to a point where they want to make that move, and it's a big commitment.
We all silly like the mayor.